This water was recycled urine.
That
And their
stink
boots is
and
recycled.
their boots are made of poop. Welcome back, Trekkies, to Treknopod. You are joining us for episode 10 of our rewatch of Enterprise. We are going to be talking about the 10th episode of season 1, which is called Fortunate Son, or as I like to call it, Unfortunate Son, because we unfortunately had to watch this one and I did not like it, and I'm getting that right out of the way.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of this episode, and I have some things to say. I got thoughts.
Okay,
I
we're
got
starting
thoughts,
off.
and I'm not happy about it, and I might turn into Red Shoff. It might just happen.
Red Shoff.
Yeah.
I guess we all have the right theme today with the red.
Right. Vactor will attest. When I get really fired up about something, I turn into the Red Hulk version of myself, which is Red Shoff. So, but with that in mind, I could not take upon this mission each week without having two co-captains with me that I absolutely adore. I'm going to start off with the beautiful, the lovely, the talented Captain Linda Pages. How are you today?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you? What an introduction. What an ego boost. Truly.
Right? There's no script. This is just legitimately how I feel. Yeah.
Just off the top. Yeah, it's great improv. 10 out of 10.
And Captain Vactor, who is equally beautiful and equally talented. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing excellent because Shoff sent us some excellent mugs, and we are loving our Treknopod swag.
And don't forget, in addition to the mugs, yes.
Badgie.
Uh-oh.
She brought Badgie.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. That was so awful. I'm so sorry. Well, okay, look how pretty. Wait, let me.
Captain Linda has damaged her Badgie.
Red alert. Red alert.
Send me to the captain's ready room. Here.
Well, excellent,
there
Shoff.
it is.
Thank you very much. You sent us some great care packages. We loved it.
I'm so glad. I was really bummed. Poor
midterms.
Captain Vactor. I sent him 2 mugs, and I sent 2 mugs to Captain Linda as well. Let's just say that the transporters only worked 50% of the time. Just as in Enterprise, everyone's a little afraid to use them. I was a little afraid to use the transporters to send these mugs off. And sure enough, of the 2 mugs I sent to Captain Vactor, 50% of them survived the trip. So unfortunately, for our mom over in Texas, she will not get a Treknopod mug. I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry.
Shoff, that was excellent that you sent 2. That was wonderful backup plan. And this one, I think, is going to be my pride and joy of my new coffee collection.
It looks so pretty.
Yes,
it looks
I'm
so pretty.
so excited to have my morning coffee in this.
Yes.
I'm such a nerd. Every morning I wake up and I make my coffee and I read the Scientific American. And it's such a great morning routine. And this is
there you go.
I'm going to be part of it now. Yes.
And Captain Linda shared a very cute video of our favorite admiral accepting a mug as well. And that was fantastic. I loved that.
Admiral Page, she was very, very excited. She did in fact drink her coffee out of it the next morning as well, and I just did not get any pictures or videos, but yeah, we're very, very excited. Thank you so much for sending her one. That made her entire day. She also said 20 times I can't believe he sent me a mug. I can't believe I got a mug. She was very excited. So
no, totally happy to do it. Yeah. And if our listeners, anybody sees that mug and they're like, I want some Treknopod merch, let us know. We're in the process of getting some of that together. I'd love to get some t-shirts and some various apparel together. I just haven't had a chance to put it together, but I intend to. And we would love for you to be sporting our merch and just showing your support in that way. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the episode. Obviously, you know how I feel about this episode, but you don't know necessarily how my co-captains feel. So we'll start things off with Mr. Expendable, Captain Vactor. What did you think of Fortunate Son?
Dang,
or as basically the Boomer episode?
I can't believe I'm going to have to call my crewmate, Captain Linda, to come rescue me because Shoff has tortured me. He's captured me. I'm his prisoner, and I can't get out. I'm the Nausicaan of this episode because I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to talk about the excellent season of Enterprise that we're having so far. I'm having so much fun, Shoff. How could you not like this episode? What happened?
Okay, this episode I thought it was good. I don't think it was my favorite. I feel neither of the extremes that you feel. I think this was a good episode. I feel the same way that I felt about most. It was good.
Yeah.
It It was good. I'm playing Switzerland today.
Yeah.
Linda bringing
All
balance
right.
to the force. I love it.
All right.
I got you.
I mean,
got you.
I'm certainly not going to yuck anyone's yum. If you liked it, you liked it, and that's great. For me, I think why I don't. I gotta say, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna say it. I
You
might
don't
be
like the
anti-boomer.
Nausicaans.
You might be anti what?
Mhm.
Boomer. I might be anti-boomer because we all know that I wasn't really thrilled with Travis to begin with as a character.
I
And he's
remember that.
always talking about when I was on my ship, blah, 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 I was a boomer, blah, blah, blah. And now we get an episode that's just all about boomers, and it's boomer centric. It's boomer specific. And I'm realizing after watching it and having such a bad taste in my mouth from it that I might be a boomerite.
A boomerite. Oh God, a boomerite.
I find their like, I don't know, their approach and this like prideful kind of like cocky, we can do it ourselves type mentality. I just find it so off-putting and I just dislike it greatly. Like to me, like boomers are douchebags, especially the main guy, Matthew Ryan in this episode. Big douchebag, huge douchebag in this.
Well, I have to like him because his name is Matthew and my boyfriend's name is Matthew. So it's like allegiance to the Matthews. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing though. Yes, but like I kind of do also understand their point, which is like, we've been doing this forever. We don't need, like, this is our family ship. Like we don't need Starfleet coming in to save the day. Like I understand what they're saying. Obviously, we're kind of always as viewers on Starfleet's side because we are kind of traveling with them throughout the Trek universe. But if you weren't doing that, like if this were you, if you'd grown up on this ship, like with these values, you'd probably feel pretty similarly, I imagine. Like with like, no, this is how I was raised. This is what my family has done, and my parents, my grandfather, and my great grandfather, like all these people in my family history have done this. So I understand what they're saying. They're wrong, but I understand why they're there. You know what I mean? Like I understand how they get from point A to point B easily. Like I get it. I think like with the development of Starfleet, I think it's easy for them to kind of see Starfleet as like they're trying to conquer the universe. When Starfleet's perspective is like, if we organize as a species, then we can get a lot more done, and we can help each other, and we can be there for each other more. So I think it's just different perspectives kind of clashing there.
That's fair. I thought that, I mean, the overall episode, I didn't hate it. I found it to be kind of boring, a little bit predictable. It was cool to see Nausicaans because we don't see them very often in Trek.
Cool to see Nausicaans.
I think probably the most notable Nausicaan episode that I can remember is from TNG when Captain Picard, through Q's assistance, gets a chance to like relive his younger days. I think the episode is called Tapestry, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
And he essentially, like, I think as an officer, he gets into a fight with Nausicaans over a game of, I want to say, dom-jot.
Yes.
And it was like he had a choice to try it differently, basically to not engage with the Nausicaans and have like an almost fatal injury. And by not engaging, he could see what his life would have been like. And so like, it was a really great episode. And
it is a good episode. Isn't Q in that episode?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's where Q calls him John Luck Pickard. I always love that. I got a bouquet here for John Luck Pickard. Is there a John Luck Pickard here?
I just know that pissed him off too.
Yeah,
Jean-Luc Picard.
And the Nausicaans are presented as being a very visceral, aggressive race. To see this Nausicaan sort of getting beat down by just a bunch of like humans and isolated, I don't know, it kind of like, it took away some of like the imposing nature of the Nausicaans.
It humanized the species, which is a strange thing Star Trek likes to do, like humanize species that aren't human.
Exactly. It made the humans the aggressive.
But also it reminds you that like, even though these species like have different physiology and they look different, etc., like they're still people. And they're still, when they're alone. Like there's, like they're just as vulnerable as, a human being would be. So I think I did like that. I do like that humans aren't always good, which is a theme throughout Star Trek. Like, even when we're trying to do the right thing, we don't always, which is realistic. So I like that. Yeah. So I like that there was kind of an evil human here. Not even, I don't know, is evil the right word? Because like, I don't know, if a ship was attacking, like if the species was attacking my people over and over and over again, almost killed my captain, I had the chance to kind of beat some information out of one. Like, I don't know that I wouldn't do that. I want to say no, I would do that thing, but like you don't know you wouldn't do that. Like it's been weeks or months of fighting them, and the longer that goes on, the more you hate them, and the more you're convinced they hate you because they're trying to kill you, and they almost killed your leader. I think totally I could see like kind of wanting that revenge, even though it's wrong from an outside perspective. It's easy to be like, no, we got to do the right thing, but like,
and he asked Archer at one point, he was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, they keep on attacking us, and Archer didn't have a response either.
Because there is no answer, because there's no easy answer to that at all.
Yeah. No, that's true. And the rest of the crew of the Fortunate, like mainly we see that one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's like sort of his like partner in this. He's having second thoughts, and you can tell like he's presented with this moral dilemma and recognizing that it's may not be the best course of action, certainly wouldn't be right, and maybe wouldn't even be what the true captain would have done in the scenario either. So yeah, Linda, maybe you're changing my mind on this one. Maybe you got a point.
I'm telling you, it's a very well.
I will say
this is one of those episodes where it's like it's complicated, and I like that. Like there isn't. This is okay. Hear me out. I know I'm gonna say a word that's gonna bring up a lot of feelings. This is kind of a Tuvix episode. There isn't really a right answer, but that's kind of the point. You need to stop these people from attacking your people, but kidnapping one and beating the crap out of him is probably not the right thing to do, right?
Right.
So what do you do? There is no easy answer here. That's the point, I think, of the episode. So
also Archer's, like, did he cross the line by intervening? And we're still in the early days of the Federation, and like, what is their jurisdiction and what do they govern? Like, what do they have the right to take care of? Like, I feel like Archer's just taking the point of view of, well, I see it, so I gotta protect it. I gotta stop whatever I think is wrong, no matter what, because I see it happening. Doesn't matter where it's at or who's involved.
Yeah.
It's a very human
thing. That's good
for
Travis for speaking up too, and going to the captain and being like, I don't know if we're doing the right thing, even if I'm not a huge fan of Travis. I saw not an article. It was like a blurb within like Wikipedia or whatever for this episode. And it was talking about how Brandon Braga they wanted this episode to sort of give Mayweather a chance to have like a character building episode and not be, just the guy who brings up being a boomer every once in a while. But I was like, then why give him an episode where all he's doing is talking to a fellow boomer? Like, to me, I'm like, all you're doing is cementing that this is all he is. This is all his identity is like where he fits in that boomer culture, So
I do want him to have more to do. I feel like this is such a big part of his identity and the way that he grew up and kind of the way that humans, a big part of his identity, and then also kind of humanity's identity at this point in time, because it's like, the different, like how we're starting to explore space and there's starting to be people because in Enterprise it's like Starfleet is so new and like the Enterprise is so new that it's easy to forget that, like, but people have still been in space though for a while. Like we've still been in space at this point for a while, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of a nice reminder of kind of where we are, like how advanced we are. But yeah, I just wish he had some more personality traits because he's an interesting character. I just want them to give him more. I mean, I'm assuming they will.
Yeah,
this can't be it. For the whole series,
I didn't quite understand
right
why like they were so against a faster engine, because to me, like, if you are being essentially like pirated by Nausicaans or whatever, wouldn't you want to be able to travel fast, like to get your cargo where it needs to go faster versus taking longer on your trips and basically then being out in open space, more and being more susceptible to these attacks? To me, it was just like, it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. Like, he's like, well, then we wouldn't be able to enjoy the trip. What are you enjoying? The constant attacks by Nausicaans?
Like, and you can also still go warp 1 if you want to. Like, there's nothing stopping you. Just you have the capability to go warp 3. So that was kind of weird to me too. I agree. I don't know why. Because like you can still choose to go. So like, it's not like every time you turn on the engine you're going to go warp 3. Like you go as slow as you want. But like if you needed it, you can get that out. Like you could never use warp 3 except to escape when you're being hunted down by these aggressive aliens. That's fine. Then you can leave and then just wait till they catch up to you and then warp out again. But you could just go warp 1 the rest of the way if you really wanted to. That's fine. No one's stopping you from doing that.
He didn't have any problem accepting the shielding and all the other things, because as soon as Archer was like, all right, I'm going to take it away. So, oh, you wouldn't do that? Oh, watch me do it. Like, okay,
Yeah,
so you don't
he
want
went, watch me. I was like, oh damn, okay.
Speaking of Archer, there was something that happened earlier on in the episode, and I got to pose it to you. Before I even say what it is, you'll know what it is as soon as I phrase this. But let's just imagine for a moment that at 4 a.m. your boss calls you. And let's just say, for example, that you sleep naked, or at least without your shirt on. When the boss calls and he's waiting on the call, and it's a video call, like a Zoom call or something, and the boss is waiting, the boss needs to chat with you, do you hit the button that turns on their camera before you get your shirt on, or do you wait until you've got your shirt on and then hit the button?
As a woman,
because I know what Archer did
in a shirt. See, I'm not the right person to ask this question to, so I would already have a shirt on. I would still grab a sweatshirt though.
If I've got Archer's body, I'm showing it off every chance I get, Shoff. I'm showing all the hair.
Did you see my abs? I know we have like an emergency, but did you see my abs though? Can you see them?
Yeah.
I don't know what the quality is back on Earth. Can you see the abs? Can you see?
Yeah. He didn't do all those space sit-ups for nothing.
Space sit-ups. Nice.
I think Admiral Forrest should have said something too. He should have been like, "Oh, hey, how's it going, John? By the way, body's looking tight."
By the way, you wanna drop the workout routine?
This isn't the first time they've had this call, Shoff. This is well-worn territory at this point.
He's like, that comment looked incredible, but not as incredible as your body. My God, you're an Adonis.
I wonder how many people have written fan fictions about that start here at this point.
That's a good point.
Archer answering a call without a shirt. I wonder how many. Yeah. I'm not going to go looking.
And maybe this was a little bit of eye candy for, because we've already seen T'Pol, and in her skivvies.
Hey, we've seen Archer in the shower.
Yeah, we saw Archer in the shower with conveniently placed panels to block his junk. We've seen Trip without his shirt on, but we've seen Archer in his undies.
Yes, that was all of the pilot episode, by the way. Everything you just described except being Archer, Archer in the shower. That was
I thought it was so funny that he turned Admiral staring at him, put his shirt on, his nipples are out, and I'm just like, wow.
At this point, Scott Bakula was 47 years old.
He's got like the hearts in his eyes, like a cartoon character.
Just wiping my drool, man. I just thought that was so funny. Oh, man. I wrote that. I didn't have anything, but that note to me was so funny. I do have a Trek Tech question.
Oh, yes. I got you.
Okay. So there's a point where Travis is giving a tour of the Enterprise to fellow boomer Matthew Ryan, a.k.a.
Really? They're boomers? They never mentioned it. So yeah, that's like some deep lore
once or twice.
There.
It was more of a throwaway. Yeah, you wouldn't have heard it otherwise. Yeah.
It's like deep on Wikipedia.
Right. But he sees the transporter and they have a moment talking about that and bonding. So Matthew says, do you really think, or no, he's like, I heard a rumor that you can feel yourself in both places at the same time. And I know you recently covered transporters on the transporter room. And so I wanted to ask you, do you think from a Trek Tech perspective that you can really feel yourself? And I don't mean that way, but you can feel yourself in both places at the same time.
Okay, so the only way I can really answer this is the only time that I can remember. This could be wrong. There could be another time. I'm sure someone will correct me. But the thing I brought up in Trek Tech on our episode on transporters was that Janeway has a line. Of course, it's Janeway. Has a line in Voyager where there's an alien who's describing like, oh, I was here and then I was there, but I felt like blah, 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 blah. And he describes like the feeling. And she says that feels like it sounds like he's describing what it feels like to be transported. So they are conscious during the transport. She was like, that's what it feels like when you're in transport. So they are aware of that process. So it's not like they black out and then reappear. I don't think that it would be possible to be conscious in both places at once because I feel like they would bring that up more, like if that were a thing, or there could just be like a writer's like not really knowing and kind of just not worrying about it. But I think that since it takes you apart and then rebuilds you somewhere else with new matter, you'd be getting really deep into like your consciousness and your soul and like the philosophy of who you are as a person, like what makes you you, and is it your body or is it your mind and soul and thoughts and whatever. So if you wanted to get super philosophical and almost religious about it, to talk about like if you have a soul and if your soul is like in two places at once, then maybe. But from a purely scientific perspective, I don't think so. I think you would be one place and then maybe feel like the transport process and then be in the other place. I don't think that you would be aware in both places at once.
It's not like going to the Four Corners and having your foot in Arizona and
No.
Colorado and everything.
I don't think so. Only because like it's taking the matter apart and then putting it in the ship, and then it's taking the matter wherever you're going and like creating you out of that. So I don't think so. But I don't know. Maybe.
It's killing you.
See, Matthew Ryan doesn't know shit.
Well, he's probably never. He's never. Oh my God! So sorry about that. My bad, guys. I just stupid old mic. Had to use my stupid old mic instead of my cool new one because it wouldn't connect. I'm kidding, Snowball. I love you.
Red Linda.
Red Linda.
I've got the red lights, the red, red blush. We're getting. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what I was talking about. I don't remember.
Being pulled apart, transported.
Yeah, he's never transported, so he would know how it feels.
Yeah.
But yeah, since Janeway said that, we know that they are aware. It's not. They don't like. They do know what it has a feeling to it. It's not just like they just appear somewhere. There is like it does feeling, which is interesting. Every time I think of like what it would feel like to be transported, and this is so like obviously not what it would be like, but I think of that scene in Harry Potter. I think it's in the 6th or 7th movie. I think it's in the 6th movie where Harry apparates for the first time with Dumbledore. And he is like throwing up and he's like going through the world. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a,
yes.
He's like twisting and turning and it's like, oh, they're all at different places and everything. That's what I think of every time I think of being transported. That's obviously not what it's like, but
I hope it's not like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like the image I have in my head. So
I imagine being in like a carbonated beverage, just like a bunch of bubbles around me, just like,
yeah, that's a perfect way to describe how I would imagine it would feel. Like you're kind of bubbling out and then you bubble back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Oh, I said it was one of the shortest cold opens. Oh, you know what? Actually, real quick so this is technically a spoiler, but I don't think it's a spoiler that really matters. So I'm going to tell it to you. In this episode, Travis is like, I can't wait to give that transporter a try. Like he's like, why do you think I joined Starfleet? So I could be in both places at the same. Like he's all about this transporter. Guess how long it takes before we see him use the transporter on this show?
A long time. If we ever see him use the transporter.
5 seasons.
He doesn't do it until season 4.
Oh,
isn't that the last season of
crazy to me?
Enterprise?
Yeah, that's the final season. So it's not a spoiler, but like, I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's like, it doesn't really affect you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I had a note about his interaction with Matt. I'm calling him Matt at this point. Instead of Matthew Ryan. But anyways, when he's eating with Matt, that scene, so disgusting. I do not want to watch two actors eating and chomping and chewing, especially steak, something like and talking with their mouth open the whole time. Like that was the most disgusting scene of all of Star Trek I have ever seen in my life so far. That was absolutely insane. He's like, Travis, and it's just like chomping. It's like right in the mic.
But what if Phlox was there and describing every food?
I was thinking, I was like, where's Phlox coming in to try the steak?
Yeah, Phlox needed to steal some of that off the plate for sure.
I think this scene was funny. I did laugh because my Matthew is a very picky eater and one of his favorite foods is steak. And so he'll eat steak. He would eat steak 3 meals a day, every day. Like, that was a problem. So I was laughing at this because I was like, they're like talking about how good it is. And they're like, oh, I can eat this all the time. And I was like, the Matthews and their steaks.
Steakaholic.
But it was really only
he is a steakaholic
Matt that was eating the food. Like Travis was like, he was cutting stuff and he was holding it up, but like almost never put anything in his mouth. Meanwhile, Matt is like, it's like he never had food in his life. And he doesn't get anything off the craft service table. So he's like, if I don't eat in this scene, I'm not going to get a real lunch as an actor. So he's like, he's just like shoveling it in.
I mean, that makes sense from the story perspective because his ship, they were down to something rations or something like, hey, we only had
mystery meals,
space peanuts, like whatever they had.
Peanuts.
They were eating some rations. So he was like, this is the first time I've had steak in 18 months. So
That's
it
true.
makes sense, Shoff.
That's true. I would not. That's one thing about space travel that does not bring me joy. I don't space food like today in real life in modern times. That's just not a thing that appeals to me, really, honestly.
Is the rations and stuff?
it's just like, yeah, like, have you ever like seen what meals look like on the ISS? Like, I don't want to eat on the ISS.
They're not eating Dippin' Dots.
No.
Freeze-dried ice
No.
cream.
Which like the freeze-dried ice cream is fine. It's kind of like everything else that I don't know. It's just, I'm like,
yeah, that's true.
This water was recycled urine.
Yeah,
that's what it
exactly.
is. That's
This is
how they
gonna
gotta
be
do
great.
it. It's
Yep.
That
and their
steak
boots
is
and
recycled.
their boots are made of poop.
Yes. That's
well,
what that
that's a
steak
Trek
is made
thing,
of.
but yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
poo question, Captain.
That scene was funny. My mom would have thought that scene was really funny if she ever gets around to watching Enterprise.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Very
I'm making her
little
watch
trip
Voyager
in this episode
right now. But after that, maybe I'll have to make her watch Enterprise because I think she really would find this funny.
Yeah.
So, Mom, I know
and
you're
listen to our podcast.
Enterprise. Yeah. I mean, she's already doing that, so yeah.
Go back and
So
watch
she's-
it again.
she's watching these episodes, but they're out of context because she doesn't watch the show.
Yes. She's just watching for us. Yeah.
Well, she's so sweet.
Yeah,
so
she is.
sweet.
I love you, Mom.
I don't have a ton more notes, I should say. I did feel like Anthony Montgomery, who plays Travis, I thought that he had a pretty great showing in this episode because you got to see a few different sides of it. And you got to see a very giddy like side where he had this friendship, like almost an instant friendship because of similar life experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he sort of saw how the two of them have strayed, that when he chose Starfleet, and then this guy continued as a boomer, but also was a little bit on the fringe of doing some slightly despicable things.
Slightly despicable. Okay, you know what this kind of reminded me of? Oh my god. What is the Voyager episode where there's the other crew? It's been a really long time since I've actually watched it, but the other crew and Janeway kidnaps one of them and I can't remember what she wants from him, but they're like battling these like space entities that are like killing the humans. And so she leaves him in the room, basically lets it kill him, and Chakotay has to stop her and be like, you're out of your mind, like you cannot execute this guy by way of alien because he won't do what you're asking. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what this was reminding me of a lot. I think
It was another Starfleet crew. I was going to say Equinox. Yeah.
Equinox, yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
I haven't gotten to that episode in my rewatch, but I'm getting close to it. I know.
I might have to go back and rewatch that. It's a pretty popular one that I don't often rewatch.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to watch a two-parter, I'm watching The Killing Game.
It's a good one.
That's a great one.
I didn't know Seven had those pipes.
She does. Her and Picardo in real life. They both can.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They're both wonderful singers, yeah. If either of them ever wanted to give virtual voice lessons, I've been in search of a vocal coach. I have not found one that I can work with long term.
Yeah.
And if either of them ever woke up one day and decided that was where they wanted their career to take them,
Right.
I would be
Why
interested.
not? Why not also be a Trek actor at the same time? Yeah.
Right.
Vactor, what were you going to say?
A little production note. There's a bunch of actors in this episode that also appeared on Voyager. We're continuing that trend. Also Deep Space Nine. The specific guy at the end that played the Nausicaan captain,
Yes.
Danny Goldring, he has appeared on Deep Space Nine and Voyager in a ton of different makeups and
Who was he on
different
Voyager?
guises. Let me show you a picture because I don't know.
What are the chances I'm going to be
yes.
able to get this?
Ooh, this is going to be fun. All right, let me get the spiders ready. Hold on.
Stop it. That's not funny. That's not funny.
Let me see if I can zoom in here.
The Herogen
He played the
from Killing
Herogen.
Game.
That's from Killing Game, yeah. And he's played a
So-
Cardassian.
No way.
He's got a ton of Trek credits there.
Awesome.
Dang.
So that, and then also another Linda connection, as Shoff mentioned last week, this episode directed by LeVar Burton.
That's right.
Yay!
Like every time I say that, I hear that name, I have to go recreate the moment.
Yes.
Most of the fortunate sets were basically just redressed NX class sets, which we kind of can expect at this point.
Yeah, I figured. I love the little fun facts about the episodes. That makes it's cool. I feel like I always have to go back and rewatch it and be like, which one is the Herogen?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. My roommates are not dying. They're just
I was going to say, somebody's getting tortured. Linda's got some Nausicaans in the background.
No, they're just having fun. No one's dying. No one's the first I heard the scream. I was like, oh my god, did someone just get stabbed? But no, they're fine. I'm assuming so, at least.
Apparently,
Yeah.
LeVar Burton directed 28 episodes of Star Trek across
I believe that.
The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Hey.
Pretty awesome.
He's awesome. I
like
totally
we'll
need
get-
a redo on meeting him.
Yeah, I would love to meet him. He was the only one that wasn't there on the day that when all the rest of the TNG crew was there at SummerCon in Washington a couple of years ago.
Are you guys
When When Jonathan
beaming
Frakes
into-
told me my beard was amazing. So
I mean, that's it. That's the yeah. You can die happy. Are you guys beaming into STLV next year for the 50th?
Ooh,
Ooh.
maybe,
Ooh.
maybe.
Yeah.
This is you said LV, you said Vegas. Yeah, I really want to. I really want to make it happen. I'm gonna have to try to convince Vactor to join me on this, because I know that someone with glasses that's in this podcast got their ticket.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. Yes, she got her ticket. Her boyfriend got his ticket. Her parents got their tickets. Her grandfather got his ticket.
What? That's awesome.
I'm bringing the entire Page's family line.
That's amazing.
STLV. Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah,
Hey, Treknopod could have a booth.
Somebody did get a ticket, Shoff. Somebody.
Of course, my glasses are way over there. I can't get to them in time, but I do have glasses.
Listen. We can all match. Pages without her glasses.
See,
My face
take
is
them
like
off.
so strange without my glasses.
I'm not gonna spoil the truth of those glasses, but
Okay, you want a Treknopod exclusive. I don't need them to see. I'm a fraud. I can see fine without them. No, I mean, there are real lenses. They are prescription, but they're obviously not a very high prescription. And I can see completely fine without them, and I'm probably not wearing them in my day-to-day life. So I really only I wore them for like one TikTok, and then it did well, and I was like, well, I guess I'm stuck with them. So, oh, geez. So now they're just part of my brand.
there you go.
But I don't need them to see. I'm sorry.
Well, they're lovely. They're lovely.
Why, thank you. They're also brand new. I got them like a week before I posted my first TikTok with them. So they're very
That's
complete
funny.
fraud. So sorry, guys. Yeah.
I do not have any additional notes for this episode. I think I just didn't like the guy playing Matthew Ryan. I think was just too douchey for me, and I don't like douchebags. I really have a real
that's
problem.
valid. That's
There's nothing that gets under my skin more than douchebags. Like, I just want to rid the world of all douchebags, and knowing that in the future in 2151 there's this freaking douchebag named Matthew Ryan
It still exists.
really bugs me. So part
I
of me
think
wishes the Nausicans eventually catch up with the fortunate and take it.
I think that is by design. I think you're not supposed to like him.
I agree.
I just feel like that actor, who was in another Shaw favorite movie, Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
I've
He
never
was a
seen the
young
Friday the
actor.
13th movies.
Ooh, there's a Halloween horror.
No,
franchise
there's
for you
a
to watch?
whole house based off of it this year. The
Ooh,
Michael
yeah.
Myers house. It's the most terrifying house at Horror Nights by far
Yes.
this year.
I feel
So
so
I need
left
to
out
watch
not
them.
wearing my glasses right now. This is
Here,
So
Here
uncool.
you go. I'll take them off. I can see better actually. So
next
go.
episode. Let's all wear our glasses. It'll be a thing.
Ooh,
you got it. Yeah.
Shaw.
Mascara needs to-
Did you guys have anything else you wanted to share about this episode before we close out?
Good episode, Shaw. Good episode.
Great episode.
There, I can join in on that. It's right here. It's right here.
Did I put it on right? Oh no, my camera's just flipped. Yeah.
No, you're good.
She can hang out.
It's a precarious
nice.
position.
It is, but she's.
Let's see. What do we have to look forward to? The next episode is called Cold Front.
What is it about?
Linda, you are going to be so happy. The director of Cold Front, Robert Duncan McNeil.
Really?
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yes.
He's awesome. Oh wait, I actually can't talk about, but I was able to have a lovely conversation with him for something that you will see at some point. I have no idea when it's coming out, but he's
okay.
He's a really, really great guy. He's really cool. So that's really
For those that don't know who Robert Duncan McNeil is, he played Tom Paris in Voyager. Is it canon that the character he played in TNG is the same person?
No, okay. So no, they brought Nick Locarno back in Lower Decks.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Nick Locarno.
So no.
And he was in Lower Decks. That's when he came back.
But watching the pilot episode of Voyager just makes me like, I love Caretaker too. I've seen it so many times because it's always what I start people off with when I'm introducing them to Star Trek. I've probably seen Caretaker at least 20 times, but every time he's talking about it, he's like, if I had just told the truth, and I'm like, he's describing the situation that happened to Nick Locarno. So, but they never actually really delve into what it is. So I don't really know. I kind of just think of it as like, I assume, like, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't just go with Nick Locarno and just call it a day. But yeah, I've read a bunch of different theories on why they didn't do that, but I don't know what the actual truth is. So yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know the whole Nick Locarno thing, has to do with him and Wesley Crusher and Starfleet Academy, and a very unfortunate accident that happens that he's at fault for. And yeah, it really does feel like Tom Paris and Nick Locarno are one and the same. And I think that even Lower Decks makes a funny joke about that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's
they do make they're on the bridge and Mariner's like, really, no one sees the resemblance between him and Tom Paris? And everyone's like, no, you're crazy. And she's like, no, I swear to God, like, they're the same person. Like, no one else sees it. It's pretty funny. And I think Robert Duncan McNeil also voiced Locarno as well as Tom Paris in Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Paris was also in Something We Love, Tom Paris, something. That's the name of the episode he's in. We'll always have Tom Paris.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Boimler has Tom Paris
the plates.
Yeah.
I have a shirt with the plate on it. But I have a shirt with the Tom Paris plate on it, but I want the actual Tom Paris plate. If they made the whole set of Voyager plates, I would have them.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you would definitely have those for sure.
I should see if anyone's done that, but yeah, I love Lower Decks. I've just completed you can't see it from here, but over here on this side, I have now the complete set of Lower Decks Funko Pops, and Rutherford is signed.
Nice.
Here. I'll show you. Oh my God. Yes. Well, always have Tom Paris. There it is. And then like Boimler falls from the ceiling and he looks like a Kazon because he's like been through hell, and Paris starts beating the crap out of him on the bridge. Such a good episode. So I tried to start Matthew off with Voyager, and he likes it, but I decided to just show him like iconic episodes and kind of skip around. So far we've only seen a few. Our next two are going to be Threshold and Tuvix, because I like to stir the pot.
Wow.
Because I talk about the lizard babies too much for him to not see. And I also, like, one of my ideas for one of our potential con cosplays that honestly might do for STLV is like he would be Paris and I would obviously be Janeway, and I would get like lizard stuffed animals for us to carry around all con.
Nice.
So I'm like super proud of that.
Now,
but yeah.
I gotta okay. What happens if after watching the Tuvix episode he thinks that Tuvix should have lived?
He won't. He won't.
To me, like won't. That feels like that is a good like benchmarker of like, are we gonna last in a relationship? You know, it's like, is it bye Tuvix or is it
Tuvix?
I almost said
I feel pretty strongly that he will agree with Hash. Also, he sees my TikToks. So
yeah,
he's always lurking. He's never commenting, but he's always reading the comments, and like he's always liking them. Like he'll always go back and read. So he's a silent observer. But yeah, he's seen enough of my TikToks to know that he knows what the right answer is. Knowing him pretty well, obviously, I pretty confident that he's going to be like, this is not a hard decision. Bye Tuvix. But yeah, we had started with Voyager, but then I switched to Lower Decks because he loves anime and like also like comedy. So I was like, this is perfect. Yeah, I'm totally getting into anime. Side note, really loving it so far. I cried.
That makes Captain Vactor very happy.
I know. We've been watching Chainsaw Man. I cried because I love Pochita so much.
Yeah,
so much. But anyway, so we've been watching through Lower Decks from the beginning, and I think he's like really into it, and he likes it a lot. So that's really exciting. So I was trying to think of a Lower Decks cosplay that we could do. So we could be Badgie and Moopsie.
That's so funny.
Will you play Prodigy for him?
I was thinking about it. About it, and I think it does a good job at like explaining Starfleet and everything too. So I thought that might be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, he knows a lot about the Voyager characters because and he likes the Doctor a lot in Voyager. That's his. He has to like Janeway, so he does.
Yeah.
But he likes the Doctor and he likes Paris a lot in Voyager. Okay. Those are his two favorites.
Sweet.
I was doing a little research on Star Trek video games the other day because I was heading out on a trip myself to see some family this past weekend for my mom's 70th birthday. And
happy birthday to your mom.
Thank you. Yes. And I wanted to have something to play on my Switch. And so I found Star Trek Resurgence was on there. And so I was playing that, and it was really cool. It's not like a super action game.
Is what you were texting us about on the plane? Yeah.
It's like a more of like a dialogue tree type game where you're like presented with choices on like what you how you want to respond to situations and conversations, and how you respond impacts your relationship with the people around you, as well as where the story goes.
Is Janeway in it?
No, but I'm trying to think like where it falls. It's definitely taking place like you're on the US what I should say. You're on a Centaur class ship, which like the Centaur class is sort of like it's got a dish, like a saucer, and then the nacelles are on the bottom, sort of like with
I don't
like
know
two
much
pylons.
about the ships.
Yeah, it's not a very pretty ship. I got to be perfectly honest. Centaur
I have a
ships
couple
are not.
of ship schematics up here. I've got See,
but
I can't
anyways,
see with my glasses on. Excelsior, Enterprise D, and Reliant.
There you go. Well, those are good ones. Yeah. But the game itself is really interesting because you also have to like do like tricorder stuff. You've got to do scanning things. It really feels like you're immersed in being part of an episode. And you also get to play as both the first officer and a lower decker. So you get to experience like both sides of like the experience on the ship. So it's cool. But in my research, yeah, it's worth it. I think if you're a Star Trek fan, I think it's worth it. But in my research of like other Star Trek games, that one that's coming out soon with Voyager piqued my interest. It's called Across the Universe or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Across the Unknown is what it's called.
Yes, that sounds right.
But there was one thing that really stood out to me during the trailer as I was watching it, and it was about Tuvix. You have the ability to go a different path than Voyager did. So you can play out scenarios that happened in the show, but you can choose to keep them as one entity, Tuvix, instead of separating them. And I just thought, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't know if I'm like, I think Linda knows this.
When that came out, and people started posting about it, I must have been tagged in that between TikTok and Instagram no less than 1,000 times. Like
that's why I didn't text you at the time.
Everyone was tagging me. Everyone was like, "Oh, well, we all know what Linda Page is going to do," and I was like, "Damn straight." Hashtag bye bye Tuvix.
Yeah, but I think just for the stamp,
I'm not. I think rage bait is like the most ridiculously stupid thing that my generation has formed. That being said, I get to rage bait Tuvix defenders. That's my favorite thing to do. They'll post like a paragraph explaining like the philosophy, the morality, and like why it was murder, and I'll just respond hashtag bye bye Tuvix, and it pisses them off every time. It's great. It's my favorite hobby. It's awful. Like if I'm rage baiting, it's fine. But anyone else says it's annoying.
I think it'll be interesting though to try that out in the game though, just to see what the outcome of that would be.
I want someone else to do it because I'm curious, but I don't want to do it because I couldn't. Yeah. I want Tuvok and Neelix back. It's wrong that they're merged. That's just not. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that on my ship. No.
But yeah, so that.
So are you playing as Janeway?
I don't know. That's
like,
a good question.
Because they're marketing it like you get to be the captain. But is there no? If there's no Janeway, this isn't even worth playing.
From what it looks like, the game has a lot of different modes.
Okay.
Including one where you are looking at the ship from like if they sliced it right down the middle, so you could see all the decks. And you're basically like placing various like ship services and things like next to each other. Like, and so like, and there's a lot of like iOS games that have been kind of like that, where you set up rooms, they're doing like their idle thing where they're producing whatever they need to produce, like, so I think there's that element to it. There's going to be a lot of like ship to ship combat and some away mission type stuff. And I think it's going to be kind of like catering to a lot of different play types. So we'll see what it is. But just the fact that it had some of that like
hashtag bye bye Tuvix.
Yeah, I thought that was fascinating to me. I was like, oh, this will be cool. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for my stuff. Before we close out, Captain Linda, did you have anything that you wanted to plug or things you want to talk about? What you're up to?
So I am in the process of setting release dates for upcoming music, but my EP is done.
Yes,
it's finished. The first one is complete, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. It got Gracie Ann's approval, so I'm super excited about that. So
nice.
Do you can you tell us the name of it yet, or is that a secret still?
I will tell you when we're not recording.
Okay, sounds good. And the release will be sometime soon,
before the end of 2025.
Okay, all right.
I don't know exactly when yet. We've thrown some stuff around, but
sometime within the next 2 months or so.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
You'll get the single first.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to say the name of the single.
We're not going to stop you.
Okay. I don't know when it will be out, and I'm not gonna say anything else about it. But the first single is called "Honey" in parentheses Bitter Baby. Yeah. I want to point out that this was done. We recorded this in January of 2024, so this was long before Taylor Swift released a song called Honey. I love her though, so it's a great song. But yes, I'm really excited about it. It's been in the works for a very long time. So
That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Yay,
Cannot wait.
Yay.
I will be promoting your stuff. People will get sick of me with how much I'll be promoting.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Me too though. Me too.
I think it's so cool. So cool. Fantastic. Anything else you wanted to share?
I'm trying to think of what I can share. No, that's it. I'm booked for STLV, so if you're gonna also be at STLV, let me know. I want to meet as many people as possible. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Cool.
Very exciting things.
Fantastic. Captain Vactor, what about you? What you got going on?
I just put out a short today on my comic book channel, This Comic Cooks. Shoff, you ever wonder what would happen if Dr. Doom fought the Justice League? Your chocolate and your peanut butter getting mixed up, Shoff? Have you ever thought about that? Well,
it keeps me up at night.
You don't have to stay up any longer, Shoff. I got the perfect cure for your insomnia. It's called my YouTube channel and my TikTok channel. I put out a short today talking all about that. So head on over to This Comic Cooks and you will find out.
Listen, the only thing I know about Dr. Doom is that it's one of my favorite rides at Islands of Adventure, Universal. Ooh. I love it. I used to hate it because I'm scared of heights. And then I passed out on it once and thought, it can't really get worse than that. And that was one of my favorites.
Nice.
I don't know anything about those rides, so I couldn't tell you what.
It's like Tower of Terror, but outside, and it doesn't have like that whole little drop thing. It's literally just like it just shoots you up, and then you drop, and then you go back up a little bit, and then you come back down. So
it's kind of like the bounce really kind of thing happens.
Yeah, it's really quick. It gives you the best view of the park. I mean, it's a really great view if you're on the park side. If you're on the highway side, it's still a cool view, but like you can see part of Epic from the highway side now, which is cool.
People are losing their hats on that ride.
No, they make you take everything off.
Okay.
But yeah. Although there's like a graveyard of hair ties like on top of the ride.
Like, I believe it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Very cool. Very cool. Well, then for myself, let's see. Obviously, Treknopod on TikTok. And please, if you are listening to us and you enjoy it, please let other people know as well. We're always trying to build up our subscriber base. We really want to just continue to grow on YouTube. So thank you so much for listening to us. If you're listening to us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, thank you so much as well. We love being part of your morning or evening commute, whatever it is. And as far as like what I'm doing, I'm still building. I've got a lot of Lego stuff I've been doing. The most recent one is the Enterprise. Gosh, the coolest part about this is that it's built using pieces for a Millennium Falcon. That's it. It's a Millennium Falcon
so cool
Enterprise, which I thought was really cool that I merged the fandoms. Cool. So that was on Rebreakable. So that one I'm really, really proud of. I love that one. I had to do a lot of super gluing because it's fragile as heck, but it was a lot of fun to build. And then the most recent thing I did is not Star Trek, but it does have Star in the name. Anybody who likes Nintendo, this is the Star Fox.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
I would also like to point out that I was on fall break, so I was driving back to school from home today, and my best friend and roommate Emma was in the passenger seat, and I was driving, and we were talking about she's actually the one who texted earlier from my phone asking if we could push back a little bit tonight, and she goes, I love Shoff's TikToks. She goes, he always makes me laugh. He's so expressive. She's like, I love the Treknopod TikTok account so much, so I just wanted you to know that she knows nothing about Star Trek except what I yap about.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you, Emma.
He's so funny. He's so expressive. So I was like, you're doing good.
I feel like a real idiot when I'm doing them. I'll tell you that much. But I'm so glad that you appreciate it.
It does. It's so. I wish people when you're filming TikToks, you're alone, in your room, and it's just the audio playing. And a lot of times I'll have my window open for the natural light. Squirrel, sorry. And so but my room is literally there's a sidewalk right there. There's the circle of people pull their cars on the sidewalk right here. So I will be filming a TikTok, and then there's someone like walking by, and I'll stop and I'll refilm it because I'm like, I don't want you to see, like, this is so embarrassing.
If people could see the sheer amount of times that I like stop the TikTok and redo it,
So
and then
real.
like the expletives that I utter in between each one, where I'm like, get it. How come you don't know
when
this?
I film things, like when I'm doing like a day in the life or like something that like I'm filming or like a unboxing or whatever, and TikTok decides just to delete random parts of it.
Ugh.
Or like not save it. Like I'll edit it and I'll like save it to post later, and I always have to rewatch them before I post them because TikTok will just like not save the edits. So I'm like, oh, haha. Oh, did you want that to be how you posted it? I thought you were just doing that for fun. I thought you were spent an hour editing for funsies. I didn't realize you wanted that to be with the actual videos. Oh, sorry. My bad. It really pisses me off. It's so stupid.
Oh my goodness. Well, please stay with us. Thank you so much for joining us on this rewatch journey. Next week is going to be Cold Front, episode 11 of season 1. Yes, very chilly.
Very chilly.
Directed by the wonderful Robert Duncan McNeil. So we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you next time on Treknopod. Live long and